Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is August the 26th. 2018, strong hand, offended by selling. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture, unconfiscatable. All right, this is where the big boys play. Bitcoin is where the big boys play. This channel is where the big boys play. I want to give you a quick update on this channel, people. First of all, check out the links below, disruptmeister.com. Watch yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin show. It was great. This Week in Bitcoin with Ansel and Kevin was great. Juan Galt, we found him a day later. He was stuck in the woods somewhere, but he's alive. Don't worry. What I want to announce about tomorrow's show that is very important. This is not in the archives because it's in the future, and the future is bright. 7 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Charlie Lee will be on the show. Litecoin's Charlie Lee. Oh, you know him. He's been on the show before. It's been a while. He's making a return to the show on Monday. That is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Los Angeles time. Tune in for the Charlie Lee interview. You can send some questions now, maybe. Who knows? It'll be a blast. Charlie is like the most honest dude in all of crypto. I love having him on the show. And yeah, he's going to talk about the no doubt they're having a big Litecoin event in San Francisco in September. So I've mentioned that on the show before. Okay. Another thing I want to mention, I hung out today with the great Shane. I linked to Shane's Twitter below. He's been a guest on the show before. Shane is very busy with his life right now, so he hasn't been on the show for a while, but he is in motion. And I got to tell you, just like when I met Nathan down in Perth, who also has been on the show before, these dudes are like 6'2". You would never get, I would never guess these dudes are 6'2" when you see them on the video. I'm just a normal height guy. You guys have seen me in pictures when I was in Colorado with all the guys. I'm a teeny bit bigger than the rest of the guys, but we're all average height, around 5'10". These dudes, 6'2". My God. I go like, Shane, whoa, dude. Okay, so you never know when people are their height. You can't really tell their height on the internet very well. So that's my little real life. My buddies in Edmonton, Alberta, the Fork Drop IO dudes. We're on Krista Rose's show. It is linked to below. I haven't had time to watch it yet. My Fork Drop IO friends. So check out their show. It went well, they said. They're the guys that update you about all the crypto dividends out there. I want to say Sonny Tuft sent $2.99 in the super chat. He said, strong hand. Well, thanks for your dedication, man. Thanks for your dedication, man. Well, thank you, Sonny. I'm glad you recognize this strong hand commitment that I have to Bitcoin, and that a lot, the hardcore people behind Bitcoin, it's like strong hand life, dude. It's a way of life. We're going to get into that in a second when we talk about the fixed supply, because any coin can have a fixed supply, but the fixed supply between Bitcoin is like enforced in so many different ways. And you know that it is truly fixed because of the conviction, because of the commitment, because of what it stands for and what the people stand for behind it. So also in the super chat, B Ruck just sent $1.99. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate your determination. Wow, this means a lot, guy. I'm glad people recognize the commitment, the determination. I think you guys have been watching the Saturday show because these are things that I stand for and things that I try to teach to people. Just have conviction, have long-term thinking, have a strong hand. Don't waver. Don't be wishy-washy and go with the flow of popular culture and all that. Stick with your beliefs. Stand for something. And I'm glad people understand that I stand for something here. And I love doing this. And I'm doing a show every darn day. Pound that like button, baby. It's fun stuff. Strong hand. It's strong hand. It's just it means so much to me, and it should mean a lot to you too. You could be extrapolated upon. Okay, so let's talk about N. Wood fine his tweet thread that you should read. Matt Odell actually recommended this, so I got to give him credit for this, informing me about this. Here, I'm going to read you a bit of it. Bitcoin or altcoins fixed supply is far more than simply its code. The key is how easy this variable is to change. If an increase decrease can be forked in, it can be forked out. The very fact that monetary policy is open for discussion is a threat. But in Bitcoin, I'm adding this point, that's the difference in Bitcoin. It isn't open for discussion. Monetary policy isn't really open for discussion in Bitcoin. It isn't. I mean, you can bring it up, but everyone knows that 21 million limit is there. It's not going anywhere. It is not a threat to go away. And that really gives it a base that people want to be in something that isn't going to change. They want their value in something that just isn't going to willy-nilly change the amount. This is not about inflationary, people. This is not, people want to get into this because it's a rock. It's not going to, they're not going to be 21 million extra ones one day. All right, so but let me go back to it. In summary, the strength of Bitcoin's scarcity is not based on a parameter within the code, which, as Truthcoin says, is very easy to achieve. Instead, it's derived from both the physical, nodes, hardware, network structure, and social, culture, ideology, economic. So, I mean, you can create some coin out there and say, it's going to have a fixed supply. All right. It's always going to be 10 million, but you don't have the social, you don't have the structure in place already that it isn't going to really change. That the mere fact that it has a limited supply, a set limited supply, is not the strength, because anyone can do that. It's the force behind that. It's that it is not, how easy is that variable to change? And in Bitcoin, it is impossible to change. There you go. So check out the whole thread. In these other coins that can come up with their fixed supplies, it's not impossible to change. It might change one day. We know with Bitcoin, it's not changing because of all the factors mentioned in this dude's thread that I just mentioned. All right, so let's go on to something that isn't, that doesn't have the commitment, that doesn't have the strong hand. It has Bcash has a number of different factors. It was formed from a fork. Their whole premise was, well, we didn't like what Bitcoin's doing, so we're going to fork and we're going to form our own coin. So that base from which it was born, they shouldn't be shocked that if people disagree within their coin, that there are going to be other Bcashes jumping out of it, splitting from it, that are going to be that aren't going to just disappear and say, oh, no, this is the real Bcash. They're going to claim to be the real Bcash. So anyway, here is the article. It's called Bcash Ideology and the Incoming Schism. So it extrapolates upon that ideology that I didn't explain very well right there. And the guy in the article, so read the whole article, it says, I predict that within 1 year, there will be multiple competing hard forks that come out of Bcash. Eventually, the chain will have been split so many times that it will be a forgotten footnote in the history of cryptocurrencies. Now, will it go that far? I don't know. But based on its founding ideology, and that there's not this strict conviction behind the basic premise of Bcash. Behind the basic premise of Bitcoin, there's a very strict conviction, a very hardcore commitment. A few people have forked off and formed their own thing, but Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. That original Bitcoin has stuck as the original Bitcoin because of the commitment and conviction behind it. Bcash doesn't necessarily have that. We don't know which Bcash, if it starts to fork off, and it is going to fork, it appears on November the 15th, will be the real Bcash. Now, I think for a while that they're going to be like equally competing forces in Bcash. I don't think one is going to kill the other one very quick. I don't know how soon they're going to be like 8 of them, like this guy is predicting. Many of them, he didn't say 8. But it should be interesting. I think at first, it's going to help the overall price of Bcash. I do think that at first, but I do see where this guy is going, that it will, its founding principle was forking. So it might fork into 1 million pieces eventually. So November 15th is the big day. I also got that out of the article. So those of you who have Bcash or whatever, don't buy it. Again, why buy something you get for free? Pound that freaking like button. Only buy Bitcoin. Buy and hold Bitcoin. You know the saying here, people. You know what it's all about. All right. So yeah, disruptmeister.com, over 1,000 shows there. I post a new show every day. Check out the links below to get a Trezor, some t-shirts, affiliate links are below. I am TechBalt on Twitter, TechBalt. And I tweet out things that I don't even talk about on the show sometimes as I've run out of time on the show. I'm Bitcoin Meister on Steemit. Do check that out, everyone. So there was today's Sunday, there was a cartoon of the day, World's Strongest Man contest. And it shows a bunch of guys lifting weights and their judges judging them, who's the strongest man. And then the last picture is a skinny guy saying, I've held Bitcoin since $20,000. And yeah, that guy is the strongest man. He's got the strongest hand of them all. And someone said, that's Adam. The guy did have black hair and he was thin and he was a cartoon with dark skin. So maybe he was me. I don't know. Who knows? You can pretend he was me. The strongest man is Adam Meister. All those muscular guys are nothing compared to Adam Meister, who's got the hands of steel, who doesn't let go of his Bitcoin no matter what. 2020 halving. Learn what it is, people. All right. So David Horowitz, Visa, MasterCard cut off payments to my think tank based on SPLC hate group label. Okay. So David Horowitz's group is the latest to be cut off by Visa and MasterCard. And this is just a reason why you should be in Bitcoin, because your Bitcoin supply can't get cut off. It's not a third party like Visa and MasterCard can say, well, you're a hate group. Now, the bad thing about David Horowitz here is like he is stuck in the past. I don't think he's going to get into crypto because he doesn't even have a Twitter account for his think tank. And he suggested that now that Visa and MasterCard cut him off, to send him checks to a post office box. I don't know. If David, contact me, I would tell you this, dude. Just on your website, well, first of all, get a Twitter account, spread the word over social media that you're now accepting Bitcoin. Send your donations this way. And then if you have a hard time, like turning your Bitcoin into cash, and you shouldn't, because I know you're going to need to turn your Bitcoin into cash. Because, I mean, if you're still stuck in checks, I know you don't value your wealth in Bitcoin. This is just a way for you to get value to you because Visa has cut you off. But if you're having a hard time turning into cash, you put out a call to people like, anyone want to work for Bitcoin for me? There will be plenty of people that will want to work for Bitcoin. So you can get your donations in Bitcoin and then pay your young marketing team in Bitcoin anywhere in the world. Again, so for all you people being cut off by Visa and by banks and by whoever, and then you're like, well, I could accept crypto, but how am I going to turn it into dollars? This Coinbase thing's too complex. You don't even have to do that. You can now have a worldwide workforce that you could pay in Bitcoin. You could start hiring dudes in India for a lot cheaper and just pay them in Bitcoin with your newfound Bitcoin. There's all it opens so many doors for you, man. It opens so many doors when so many are closing. So for all the people out there who are now relying on Visa, on banks to fund their controversial endeavors, you guys got to think ahead. Take personal responsibility here. Be a long-term thinker. Get your crypto plan ready right now. How are you going to deal with it when you get shut down by the SPLC or whoever is going to call you a hate group? All right. Here is a great service out there. This is a Twitter account. It's crypto deleted tweets. And it basically, this Twitter account shows you cryptocurrency related Twitter accounts, tweets that they've deleted. So sometimes some of these big talkers in crypto, they'll post something and then they'll be like, uh-oh, I shouldn't have posted that. Too controversial. Well, these guys find those and then retweet them. So this is a great service. Dude, once you post something on Twitter, it is alive forever. I would suggest you do not try to erase it because you look like you were trying to cover something up. I never erase anything. Okay? Well, when there's been like a dead URL that I've tweeted out or something like that. I posted the wrong URL for my, like, this show is about to start, but I messed up on the URL. Well, then that's fine to do, a correction like that. But if you're making a statement of fact and opinion or whatever, and then you just change your mind, it's not good. Or if that was too controversial, these guys are going to find it. So I like this service. It's an interesting Twitter thread. It is linked to below. So also there is a Twitter thread. That's a Twitter account. A complete debunking of top Lightning FUD claims. Okay, for all you guys who are tired of the Lightning Network FUD and you want to debunk it, there's a great thread out there. I link to it below. Minds.com, which is supposed to be I use it. You can check it out. It's linked to below my account. I just repost all my stuff there. It's supposed to be like a competitor to Facebook. They have a token now. And this is what it says. What's this? The Minds token, a social network utility token to fuel rewards, advertising, and P2P content subscriptions. Well, you go to their Minds.com token page to try to figure out what it's all about. The first thing you see is 400 tokens for 0.2 ETH. And then they try to explain it. I mean, this is too complex. This is not going to get newbies into cryptocurrency, dudes. You're telling them in order to get their token, their cryptocurrency, you're going to have to get this cryptocurrency called Ethereum. You're going to have to get 0.2 of this Ethereum. How do you get that Ethereum? Where do you store that Ethereum? It's not that easy for newbies just all of a sudden to say, oh, you get it at Coinbase. How do I send it over to Minds? I mean, this is not the way you do it. You gotta keep it simple. This is my advice of the day. I mean, I'm happy to see Minds.com trying to get in on the cryptocurrency thing. It's too complex. If you're going to involve Ethereum and Ethereum tokens, and just give this stuff away. Don't make people buy it, and don't make your splash page, the opening page, when you go to minds.com/token, the first thing you see is 400 tokens for 0.2 Ethereum. So you're being told you have to buy something. That's not. I don't like that. All right. I don't think it's good policy. And but people are going to make it easier. Steam it makes it easier. You get Steam for free. You turn it into Bitcoin eventually. And of course, I am on D Live also at Bitcoin Meister. I'm going to be in Santiago, Chile, starting September 20th. That's just a reminder that I have written down here. And remember to click on the squares at the end of this video if you're watching this taped. So finally, blockchaintransparency.org/reports. We have discovered at least 7 of the top 10 exchanges engaging in excessive wash trading for 12x to over 100x their true volume. We have also highlighted more trustworthy exchanges which move up 40 to 60 places in the true ranking list. All right, dudes, why even mess with trading? This is just another reason. But if you're messing with trading, you might as well look at this to see who's reliable and who's not pumping their statistics and manipulating things. All right, that's it. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the links section, notes section below. Click on all those links, disruptmeister.com. This says Satoshi Nakamoto on it, by the way. It says Satoshi. In chat, this is one of my Bitcoin shirts that you can get below. See you later.